Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Creations by Gwili. I am Gwili. Ed is behind the camera, and we'll try to catch your comments or your questions today. If he doesn't see them, don't worry about it. I always go back and look and answer what questions I can after the live. But we are in our third week.
I turned it down.
Yeah. We're in our third week, I believe it is, of the March Madness, which I said I was going to do Easter projects, and I was going to do them for 2 lives every Wednesday. So we've got this week and next week, and then we'll be done and headed to, we're headed to April. Okay, let me make sure, which I guess we're live because he's already, I don't think I have mine turned down either. So, hopefully. Okay, when you hop on, let us know you're here. I know 12:30 is not the best time for everybody, but thank goodness Facebook still has the replays, and you can always go back and watch this on replay. Today, I thought we would do a couple of Easter crafts with the Magnolia Design company, and if you're not familiar with them, they are a company that sells reusable stencils and chalk paste, chalk ink. They sell surfaces and all that too. But if you're interested in want any more information about them, just private message me and I'll be glad to tell you about them. I am a creator with them, and I love their stencils. They have so many inspirational stencils. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting choked. And I just told Ed I wouldn't need any water. But it's pretty warm here today. I'm looking and it says it's 84 outside. And I told him earlier, I think we're going to have to turn on the air today. Thank you. Famous last words, I don't need any. Hi, Ann. How are you? Are y'all warm in Alabama today also? I tell you that between my allergies and this crazy weather, one day, now I've enjoyed the few days that we haven't had to run the air or heat, but I opened my doors and windows, which just really made my allergies go crazy. But I can't stand when the house is stuffy and there's no air moving. But I think I would be happy if it would stay about 65 year round. But
Ann said she got a towel and it was adorable.
Good. I hope you'll, I don't know, are you going to just use it as a towel? Or if you're going to use it to craft, I'd love to see what you make with it. Okay, so today we're going to do the March.
Thank you for the sprinkles, Miss Ann.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate that. Really helps our algorithms. Today we're going to do the March craft box. And I'm also going to do some stencils, and Magnolia came out with these cute bunnies and eggs with the little stands. Now, I looked a while ago, and these are no longer available. They're sold out. But somebody is going to win a bunny and an egg and the stands to put them on. Now, they do have these with the stencil that I'm going to use, and I think two chalk paste and a squeegee for like $27. So you can still get a kit to do the bunnies and the eggs. They just don't have the extra bunnies with the little stands to them. But we're going to do these, and you can tell these are not painted. A lot of Magnolia surfaces come prepped, and that's what your craft kit, we're going to do carrots, but they're already painted and everything. So I want these to dry. So I'm going to, they made these to where you could do them any color you wanted to. So y'all hang around to the end, and I'm going to give an egg and a bunny with a stand. I'm going to give you stencils to use on each of them, and a thing of, what did I tell you it was, Ed? Something pink. The chalk paste, I'm going to give you a squeegee and what color? Some sort of pink.
Karen Hunter says, hi, y'all, watching between calls.
Oh, hi, Karen. Sugar plum is the color. It's a pretty pink. So somebody's going to win that at the end. So right now I'm just going to take out one bunny and one egg and the little stands. And we're going to go ahead and get them painted. And then while they're drying, we're going to work on our craft club kit. Because sometimes it takes a few minutes. If I didn't open this. Okay, there it goes. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in my plate, and I'm doing pure white. I don't do a whole lot of white. I like the country look, but I figured for these we would. So what's everybody doing this week? And how's your weather? I wish it would just make up its mind. You know, if we're going to go into summer, have summer. This going backwards and forwards to 40s and then 80s is ridiculous. All right, I'm not going to paint the bottom of these right now. I probably will go back later. But for time's sake, I'm not going to paint the bottom, and I'm probably messing.
Antrash said she didn't get the March kit.
When did you start your kit? Because it will renew whatever. Mine renews on the 1st of the month, so I usually get it pretty early. So Ann, when are your kits renewed? Like when you first ordered it, what day of the month was it? Okay, so I'm actually gonna put this in a little pan over here. Oh. And I can always go back and touch these up later. You know, they're not going anywhere except on my fireplace.
She said she didn't pay for it?
I didn't pay for it. Okay, did you cancel? You get it for 3 months, but they keep doing it unless you cancel. You can send me a private message and I can look it up, Ann.
Hers comes out the 7th, she said.
Okay, and today's the 20-something. Yeah, you should have already, if you didn't cancel it, you should have already gotten your information and it been mailed. Something might have happened with your credit card or something if it expired or something like that, but I think they would have sent you an email. But if I think about it, I'll look after the live today and see what I see on my end. Okay. This might need 2 coats with the white, but you know,
I see that.
Yeah, it's just, these are just the stands, so I don't think it's any big deal. Ugh, now my eye's itching. And I'm just going to paint one side and the sides of my bunny, because I think what I'm going to do, I don't know that I'll do it on live, but I think I'm going to kind of make them, I'm going to put something on each side. But the other side I want to be kind of the hot pink that I'm going to use.
You're going to have a double-sided bunny?
I am going to have a double-sided bunny. Can't see but one side at a time, though, right?
I look at it at an angle.
If you were using it in a dough bowl or something in the center of your table, you could see both sides of it. I like these because I like the little stands they give you for. I think they may come back in stock in the next few days, but right now they are out of stock. Like I said, you can get just the wooden cutouts and the stencil and the paste in a kit for $27. It's still available. Stencil cannot be purchased by itself yet. I guess because they have it in a kit. But they're cute little bunnies. And the sides of them are really dark, so they probably for sure will take 2 coats. Okay. Of course, I'm going to get paint all over me. that's okay. And I didn't really look to see what colors they were giving you in the kit. So I'm not sure about that. Just going to lay him on the edge there and try to get the edge of him a little bit. And then we'll do the egg. Now when you're painting, like I'm painting over these with a chalk paint when it dries has a little bit of a texture to it. So you'll want to just give it a little bit of a sanding before you go to stencil on it, because you want kind of a smooth surface. But it just takes a little bit.
200 or 300 grit.
Yeah, just takes a little bit of sanding. And I may forget to do it, who knows. Y'all can scream at me if I do. But I wanted these to be drying. And then I'm going to go through the Craft Club kit. I'm going to do it exactly like they tell you to do it. It's 3 different size little carrots. To me, they look like hearts.
And Travis said, sometime I just can't get the kit and I have to start over, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be sent to you every month, renewed on, like I said, mine is renewed the 1st so that I can get it fairly quickly. And unless you tell them to stop it, but you're still able to get this March kit until the end of March. But that just means your next 2 months or so is going to be the very end of the month before you get your next kit. All right, let me get a little bit of, not that it's going to matter that much on these carrots, but I'm fixing to show you what the March kit was, and we'll work on it. And the stencils in it are basically just some backgrounds to put on your little carrots. This is the color I'm going to use on our stencil on our bunny and egg, and it's a French rose. To me it looks like a hot pink. It may turn out kind of looking like a purple. I'm not sure I've used it on anything yet, but it'll be fine. Whatever color it comes out will be fine. Okay. I'm gonna try to get the lid on here straight. Just about out of this white. Okay, let's see if maybe these are dry enough I can just touch them up a little bit. Oh, I missed that spot altogether.
Karen says you're purple.
I'm purple?
It says yay purple.
Yay purple. It does kind of look like a purple. To me, I thought it looked like a hot pink, but it may turn out purple. But that'll be okay. I've got pinks and greens all over the fireplace. I can't believe, I mean, March is about over. It's like, man. I don't really think the top needs another coat, but we'll slap it on there anyway.
Her favorite color.
Yeah. Okay.
Where'd you get the big ladybug that's on that reed?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't remember where I ordered that. This is one of my flowers made out of the poly burlap. I've got quite a few on in my Etsy shop of different colors. very spring colors. And speaking of the Etsy shop, part of my March Madness is that if y'all order off my Etsy shop, number one, if your order is over $35, you get free shipping. Everybody gets that. But the main thing is y'all get an extra 25% off if you order in March. If you use the code March Madness, all capital letters. And I'm not advertising that because that's just for people that watch the live.
And Travis says, I love the design of that flower.
Yeah, I love those flowers. I think I have them in quite a few colors. Okay, for some reason, either my chalk paint had little bits of stuff in it, or my brush, or something. Okay, I think those are good enough, so I'm going to set that aside and set these up there.
Get the paint off your hand.
Well, the one good thing about the carrots in the kit, they're white, so it won't matter that much. Now, if they were orange, you know, then I'd be getting white everywhere. Okay, let's look at the kit. If you're not familiar with the kit, they send you once a month. If you sign up for the craft club, you get a kit once a month, and everything you need to make your project is in this box. Like I said, you can change it up if you want to. Y'all know a lot of times I don't use the paste that comes with it, but with this one I am. And this is, to me, they look like hearts, but they're carrots, 3 different sizes. You get a squeegee, and orange tiger is the paste, and then this is the stencil, and it's just 2 different backgrounds. And I think what I'll do is 2 of the carrots I'll do one background, and the 3rd carrot I'll do in another background. So let me get my carrots opened. And see, these are already white. They're ready to go. You don't have to wax them or anything. And really all you're doing is putting a background on your carrots. I thought and they gave you yarn. If you don't want to use yarn, you could use material. But I'm going to do it just like they say. And to me it sounded a little confusing. You could do both sides. We're just going to do one side. And I am going to use this stencil. This stencil may come out in a couple of months for sale. It's just called a mini pattern waves. And there's just 2 swirled patterns in here. But they usually don't sell the stencil itself that comes out in the craft kits for a couple of months, so that it's exclusively for the craft kit. You could do all 3 carrots the same. We're going to swap it up. And the one in the middle we're going to do different. Okay. Now with the magnolia, these are sticky stencils. So I'm going to use, for the big one and the little one, I'm going to use this stencil. And the first thing you want to do, let me find my tacky towel. You can do it on your clothes. Now, I don't necessarily have to do it because of the way I'm storing my stencils, but normally you want to mark with something. Let me find a marker. You can either put the name of the pattern or just put an X on this back side so that you know that's the back. I've changed the way I'm storing my stencils, and I'll show you how I do those. So I won't need that. I'll throw away this backing. All right, so see, they're sticky, and then you have almost like a mesh. So everywhere you see the clear there that you can see through it, that's where the color is going to come through on your, in this case, carrot. Let me open this. A lot of times I don't use this because I like to save it for my freebies and stuff, but I don't think I don't think I have an orange, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Now, you don't have to have this cloth. You can do it on your clothes. You can just put it like this and do it a time or two. And the purpose for that is, like the bunnies, I'm going to wax those because I've painted them. And you don't want to pull, see how sticky this is? You don't want to pull your paint up. And if you were using this on glass or metal, it's really sticky and you could stretch your stencil. Normally, if I was not doing this on a live, I would do 1 carat, wash this, dry it, and then use it again. I'm going to see, I thought I could use both of them at the same time, but this is too long. So I'm going to see if I could just pick it up and put it on this one and use it. So just put your stencil down. You don't want any bubbles, so you just, see, this doesn't cover the whole thing, but we'll be fine. So you just want to mash it down, not real hard. And then I'm going to, when you get packets like this, you just kind of want to mix it a little bit to kind of heat it up. And then I'm going to try to open it and just squeeze out a little. We'll see how that goes. You can open it and squeeze it in a plate or, you know, in a container and save if you have any left. Okay. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit on my, your squeegee has 2 sides. You have an angled side and then a flat side. Your angled side is what you want to use to apply your paste. The flat side is where you take up the excess paste that you have. You don't want to push hard. If you're bending your squeegee, you're pushing too hard. You just want to lightly put this on here. And I just want to make sure I get all the carrot. All the edges. Now, I don't have anything to put my excess in, so I'm probably just going to leave it on my squeegee so that I can use it on one of the other carrots. So I'm just kind of getting off the excess, and I'm just going to lay that down. You want to make sure you don't have paint on your hands, and then you just want to slowly pull it up. Okay, so there's what we've got. Now I can see I kind of went around the edges a little bit, but that's okay. I can clean that up when it dries. Now,
Give it a quick Let me give it
well, I could probably use this bottom down here and it'll be okay. I'm going to try it. I see how I do have paste up here. If you rinse it, why don't you rinse it? See how you see the paste now, and I see it on this side? So while you're rinsing that one, which that's what I would do normally. I don't normally lay the stencil right back down. I put it in water. I will do the medium, the other carrot, with this particular stencil. That way I've got 2 of one and 1 of another. All right, get it loose from there, and I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm just going to fuzz it up a little. Magnolia Design Company is an awesome company to purchase from. And, you know, if you're interested in doing a lot of stencils, all right, you're probably going to have to get a paper towel, not a paper towel, but a dish towel and lay that sticky side up. Well, wherever your finger is sticking. That's the sticky side. But you save 35% off the retail. Yeah, it does look like a heart. I guess when you put the stuff in the top, it changes it a little. I don't know. Now, this to me looks like it would be a good tiger background. And I don't know if I want my swirls to go, let's go this way. So I'm going to put it on there. And I'm going to try not to go quite to the edges on this one. Okay, just lay it here, sticky side up. And we'll see if it'll dry, because I don't want to put it on there wet. Okay. And you can see he rinsed it and washed it off. Now, if it stains a little on the green, that's fine. You just don't want any paste dried inside the clear spots. But anyway, there's no quota. You know, I don't have to sell a certain amount a month. I can just order what I want to do my craft if I don't want to try to sell any. So there's no quota, no pressure, and you get 35% off. I just went over the edge there, but that's okay. For anything you want to order from them just by becoming a creator. But if you're interested, if you want more information, just send me a private message and I can let you know. But they're an awesome company. And they have some really neat stencils. And you can use them anywhere, they say up to 15 to 20 times. Okay, I'm not going to use this one again. So I have some water over here. I'm going to put it in the water, sticky side up. Yeah, I have some that I've used more than 20 times. If you take care of your stencils. All right, so that's what that particular pattern looks like. So with this kit, we got two patterns, one that looked like this and one that looked like this. Okay. Now I'm going to do this.
Looks like the flames on the lowrider.
Now I don't have to, this has been washed, and normally after you wash it, you lay it with a sticky side up. And it's like, what's the sticky side? It's the side your finger's sticking to. And you would take a Clorox wipe. If I was going to put this away, I would just run the back over with a Clorox, not a baby wipe, but a Clorox wipe. It reactivates the stickiness, and you put it back on your backing sheet and use it again. All right, so I'm going to, I don't guess this has a right or a wrong. I kind of like, it almost looks like a flower right there in the middle, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. Now this was a little wet, so I'm hoping it doesn't bleed. And I'm just going to push in that area that is the carrot. Now, if you're going to use these yourself at home, you would not have to, there's a lot of paste left in here. Yeah. You would not have to seal it with anything. If I was to put them on my Etsy store and sell them, I would seal it. But I'm going to use them at home, so I'm not going to seal it. Anything that you don't seal, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to try it, and I will let y'all know. If I don't seal this, I should be able to just take a wet cloth after Easter and just wash this orange off, and then I can use it as a heart. I did get some paste there on the back.
And Travis says if it bleeds, you'll have a bleeding heart.
A bleeding heart, yeah. So, all right, let's do this one. Okay, there's that one. And I'm going to put this one in the water also, sticky side up. And I have several over here in the water. So that's the first part of the craft. Y'all, these craft club kits are so easy that a child can do them. They give you detailed instructions. They also give you a little QR code that if you put your phone on it, you know, people have to show us older people what that's for and how to do it. It will open up to a video that gives you a video step-by-step of how to make it. But I'm going to save as much of this paste as I can. So let me put it on this plate. It will dry out after a while, but you could, I'm going to squeeze that out into a little container and put a lid on it, and it'll probably last a couple of weeks. All right, so let's see. Once you've got them done, I'm going to dry them before we go any further. But it does not take long for chalk paste to dry. And then I'm going to read you what they say about the yarn. To me, it was kind of confusing. We'll see. I did see people that just ran material through there and tied it. But really, you don't do any other stenciling unless you want to. You could stencil something on top of this. You could put like hop and these are neat because they can go in a dough bowl this way or they sit up on their sides. And you can stencil both sides of it. I just want to get them dry before I touch them again. But we can work on the, what do you call the top of the carrot, Ed? That green stuff that grows out the top of the carrot. What's it called, do you know?
I don't know, but it's got a name.
I bet it does. I don't know what it's called, but
I call it the head.
but these that almost looks like a rose to me. These swirl patterns can be used as backgrounds on anything. What is a dough bowl? It's a long wooden bowl that a lot of people put in the middle of their kitchen table. Most of them are about this long. They can be round or they can be oblong. The ones I've seen mainly are oblong, and they kind of come up, and you just, instead of a tiered tray, you put things in the dough bowl to make a centerpiece is basically what it is. Most of them are a little expensive because, you know, they're wood. Okay.
A lot of people take a piece of solid wood and holler it out to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Because didn't that come from mixing biscuit dough in it?
The dough bowl? I don't know.
So. I think so.
Would they mix it in wood?
Well, yeah. My grandmother had a wood dough bowl.
My grandmother had a metal one or a glass one that she just put a top on. Okay, I'm trying to figure out.
Thank you for the sprinkle, Miss Ann.
To unwrap. This is a pretty color of like sage green. And it said, this is a lot of yarn.
I miss. Karen said they were cute.
Thank you, Karen. I would, if it was just me doing it, I wouldn't do all the yarn at one time. I would probably just measure off some and do a few. But if I can get this unwrapped, I'm going to try to do it like it says. It says take the whole thing of yarn and fold it in half. That's a lot of yarn. That's why it said until you have 32 pieces. Or 32 strands. So I'm going to do it the way it says. So if y'all get your kit, you can hopefully make sense of it. I would just measure out and cut 3 little tassels and be done with it. So, you know, you can, once you get your kit, you can do whatever you want. You don't even have to use this yarn if you don't want to. Okay, so there's the 2 ends. And it said hold the 2 ends and get them even. Ooh, that's a lot of yarn. Then it says, hold this. Then it says go to the other end of it. It's going to get shorter and shorter. So there's where the end is. So now this was 2. This is 4. All right, now we're going to half it again. Let's see, 4 and 4 is 8. So that's 8 strands. We're going to half it again. That's 16. And then we're going to half it again. That would be 32, right? Okay. Set aside 3 single strands of green. These will be used for tying the yard bundles for each carrot. And then split.
Karen Hunter said I'd use the plastic carrot toppers you used on the unicorn styrofoam carrot.
Yeah, the only thing about that is you'd have to put them on the back because see it's got a hole in the middle right there. All right, it says take 3 strands. It didn't say cut it in half. Unless it's, yeah, cut the loops to create ends. was covered up with paste. Okay, so I've got 32 strands. I'm going to cut them. I don't know how many down here needs to be cut. It'll be fine if they're not even. All right, and then I'm going to take 3 strands and set them aside. Are those cut? Nope. And I know these 3 strands are to be used to tie the top of it, of these. Okay. Then it said separate them into 3 groups. So if you had 32, you're going to have 29. How do you divide? One of them's going to have 1 strand less. So roughly we're going to do about 10 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that make sense, y'all, so far? Because I'm going to make like 3 little tassels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. And I think there's 2 there that need cut. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then how many do we have here? We have more than 9, I'm sure, but it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11 in this one, but that's okay. I'll take this one and use it for the big one. And then I want to make sure all my ends are cut. Okay. Then I'm going to fold it in half. Right? Okay, let's see. Using a twisting motion in the center of each single bundle to create a tighter form to push through the hole of the carrot. You may need to use scissors. So I'm going to twist this and try to get it through the hole of this carrot. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Turn it in the direction it's twisted.
You could do jute or something, be a whole lot easier. Or put tape on this to get it through there. You want to go get me the Scotch tape off the computer? Yeah, will you? I mean, I can see it right there on the other side. But it's not going to be all of them. Well, maybe it was. Okay, I think I got this one, but I'm going to use tape on the others. All right, then you're going to pull this up to where they're kind of even. Okay, see, like this? And then take that piece of yarn, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times, and then I'm going to tie it in the back. Now, the ones I saw where people had used material was really cute. So I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to put those 2 strands back up here with the other. And then you're going to cut, trim, or whatever you want to do with these strands. Some can be long, some can be short. You don't really want all these folded edges. So it just made a little carrot top. Those are way too long. All right, so that's what it made, like this. Okay, but I'm thinking that if you put a little bit of, let's see, fold it in half, and then twist this, but put a little bit of Scotch tape on the end here, it'll go through that hole easier. We'll see. And I'm just putting it really tight. and have some Scotch tape at the end where it kind of makes a point. And let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, put Scotch tape on it. And then you just pull the Scotch tape off of that yarn. And cut your ends. And bring it up. And then tie the yarn around to where you get them all in there. And I just wrapped it a couple of times. Pull them up tight. And I lost the end to my... Was that it? Well, I lost the end to it. Okay. Who would think tying a knot would be so difficult?
Karen says she likes the little tassels.
Yeah, I like them better than I thought I would. My first thought was, I don't know about that. But they are cute. Okay. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Pull them up and trim them. These that are so long. Okay, so there's the second one. All right, one more and we're done with these. It was much easier if you take it and twist it and just put a little piece of Scotch tape to get it to go through that hole. And pull your Scotch tape loose and cut the yarn. You want to kind of pull it where they're kind of even. And then just kind of hold them tight and wrap that around a couple of times. It was a pretty easy craft. Okay. I'm going to trim these. And I'm going to get rid of all this paper and junk, and our bunnies should be dry. Okay. So, Ed, you want to take all this scrap stuff, and I don't need the instruction sheet anymore.
I don't want on camera, so hand it.
Yeah, come get on camera, Ed.
No.
Okay. So there's our 3 little carrots. And see, those will look cute in a dough bowl, laying down, stacked. You could put them in a tier tray, turn them on their side, like this, or this, something like that. I mean, they're cute. Like I said, I will go back and clear off my edges. And I haven't sprayed it with anything, so all I have to do, probably can just scrape it off. You can just take your nail and scrape off that excess on the edge, or take a wet rag. And I will let you know, because I'm not going to treat these, and after Easter, I'm going to see if I can't just wash this orange off and use them for hearts. Okay, so that was the craft kit. And like I said, it runs, I believe it's $22 a month plus $5 shipping. And like I said, if you were to order it today through the website, every month you have to commit to 3 months at least. Every month it would renew on the same day, and you would be sent the craft club box. And all you have to do is send them an email and tell them to cancel it, and it's canceled. But it's a good deal because you get a very unique gifts and stencils that people, are not able just to go buy. Okay, let's do our cute little bunnies. I'm sure they're dry now. And like I said, you can order a bunny kit. It actually comes with this stencil. I already had this stencil, so I'm not going to open this one right now. But I am going to send a bunny stencil and an egg stencil with chalk paste, a squeegee, and one bunny, and one egg, and 2 stands. But I will cut this so I can put it in a smaller box. But somebody's going to win that today. But you can order the kit that has the stencil, does not have these little stands, but it has 2 bunnies and 2 eggs and 2 things of chalk paste, and I believe it's $27. Okay, but I have the bunnies and the eggs that from last year that I have used, and I really like the polka dot bunny. So I'm going to take it off my sheet and just go ahead and put it on my thing for a second while. And I'm going to use this pretty paste. First thing you want to do is always stir your chalk paste. And if you need to, you add a little bit of water. You want it like mashed potatoes or yogurt. This is it's kind of between a purple and a pink, a very hot pink. So everywhere.
What's the color of blackberries in milk?
Blackberries and milk, yeah. So everywhere there's clear is going to be this color. So my bunny's going to have white polka dots. All right, so I'm just going to make sure my stencil fits on the bunny. And it's sticking to my hands. Get it on there. Kind of make sure there's no bubbles. And then I'm going to take a little squeegee and just dip it in there and lightly run it over my bunny. Don't push hard. And like I said, if it goes on the edges, I'm not going to worry about it. I think I'm going to make my bunny double-sided. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But stenciling is so easy. And with this color, you do want to make sure that you don't have ink on your fingers. And then you're going to kind of pull it evenly. I got to get it going so I can grab hold of the bunny. All right, I got the bunny off just a little bit. See the outside white? I should have moved this up a little bit, but that's okay. So there's our bunny. I'm going to put that in my water over here, and when I get done, I will wash all these. Okay, now I'm going to use one of these egg. I think I want to use this one. And I'm going to see if the egg's the exact size or if I need to pay attention to where I'm putting it. Let's see. Looks like the egg's pretty close to the exact size. So I'm going to go to the edge. Actually, the egg is smaller than the stencil. So I'm going to move it down just a hair. Let's see how this does. This is a little different than most of your stencils because usually when you're stenciling it's a big piece of wood and the green part sticks to that wood. This is, you know, kind of goes down. But I think it'll be fine. All right. Sorry, y'all. My nose is running. All right. Let's see what this one looks like. Look, looks like there's a bubble right there. Didn't push it down well enough in that one spot. It's a little harder when they don't fit your surface exactly. But you know, there's no such thing as a perfect Easter egg anyway, is there? So you can see a little bit of a bubble right there.
That's pretty though.
It's a pretty color, isn't it?
It certainly is.
So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, let me lay those there for a minute and dry them. I won't do it today, but I'm going to turn them over and I'm going to paint this side. I'm going to put a little bit of water in this and paint where I painted this white. I'm going to paint this side this hot pink and stencil with white.
Karen said she loved it.
Why am I trying to dry the side that doesn't have paint on it?
I don't know. I was wondering about it.
She loves the what?
Color.
It is a pretty color. And you still could put a different stencil on it if you... Y'all know what I didn't do? Who can tell me? What did I not do?
I can tell you.
2 steps I skipped. Who can tell me the 2 steps that I skipped? Don't tell them, Ed.
Black.
I said don't tell them, Ed.
Karen said black.
Oh. Oh, I don't see that.
Yeah, Karen said black.
Okay, wax and what? What did I say when you use chalk paint? I don't know if that's dry. You really need to sand, and I didn't do either one of those things, so it's not a have to. All right, I don't want to.
Make sure that's dry if we
Yeah.
in that route. Because they took blocks and just run a router down. That's what they did.
And you know, it makes them a little thicker once you put paint on them. I don't want to force it because I'm not sure it's dry, but there's that one. And then the egg. And that may be why I had a little bit of a bubble right there, is because I didn't sand it. Because you can feel a little roughness on that. So don't do like I did. You need to sand it just a little bit first. Like, I had a sander here too. My little gator sanding block. Now have something.
Right on top of the wax.
Right there with the wax. So just take a little, and you don't have to sand it much. I mean, just a little bit, and that would make it smooth. So that gives you the smooth surface. Then take just some natural color wax, and where's my rag? And it just takes a little bit. Now see, I'm not going to stencil this, but I'm just showing you what I should have done to these. Put a little bit on your thing and then just treat that wood with wax. That will keep the stencil from sticking, is basically what that does. But I didn't do it and it worked fine. But I want to make sure they're good and dry. Okay. So I will, after the live, go back and I'll do a picture of them. But I'm going to paint this hot pink. And to use this chalk paste like this to paint, I just have a little thing here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of water in it and water down my chalk paste just a little bit so it's more like paint. Then I'll paint this, and after it dries, I will clean my stencils, or I may use these other two, because I still have two, and put white chalk paste. So the bottom would be the pink, and the white would be the top. So, okay, so that's our two little things for today, even though I didn't do them correctly. But y'all get the idea. Okay, now I am going to...
By making a mistake, you made them unique.
Yeah. And see, if I was an artist, you very well could take a pen and go around that ear to where there wasn't as much white showing. But, you know, crafting doesn't have to be perfect. If you want perfect, you go to the store and buy it. And then it's not always perfect. So, okay, so we've got our bunny. I'm just not going to put her in the stand. And the egg. And the carrots. Okay, so I am going to give away a set of the bunny. One bunny, one egg, stand for each, a stencil.
Unfinished.
Yeah, it's unfinished. It's going to be like this, where you can paint it any color you want to. But I will give you, hand me that stencil. I will cut one. I don't know which one it'll be, but you'll get one of the eggs. There's two of them. This one's the one I used, and then this one with flowers. The bunnies are kind of alike. One is square and one is polka dot. I love the polka dot, so that's probably, I probably will send this one and this one. So if you, the first person that Ed sees that says, and you know, it's different with internet, so you may not see the same thing he sees, but the first person he sees that says hashtag Magnolia is going to get this little kit. So this was our little things for today. And they're cute.
Karen Board Hunter.
Okay, Karen, I'm going to be sending you these bunnies. And maybe you can remember to sand them and wax them. But I mean, you definitely, you know, can do both sides. Because just make sure they're dry before you make sure they're dry before you force them down into your little stand. But there you go. So if you put them in a dough bowl or something, you want both sides done. So, okay, well that's it for today. Well, for 12:30. I will be back at 6 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock tonight, I'm going to show you how to take a wood slice. I think it's about 6 inches, and make a bunny face out of it. So we'll have fun again today at 6 o'clock. I hope y'all can join me and have a great afternoon. We'll see y'all tonight. Bye-bye.